except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
All right, so check this out. Listen to what she says about narcissists and violence. It's the truth. Oh, in case you're coming in here like out of order, this is from the Permission to Exist channel. Her video is Off the Deep End, Defund the Police. I'm using this to give my opinion and reaction to this, and I'm calling my response to this, Defund the Police, Are You Crazy? As part of the, perhaps I'm not the martial arts instructor for you video series.
In a world, and we also know that a lot of narcs are actually not in prison. So can you imagine a world where there's literally no fear? Because there's no one to answer to. There is no highest authority. So, on a similar thread, if we are saying that we are going to defund and eliminate the police, then to me, what that's also saying is we as a society then are deciding that we're no longer going to do things that require the police. We're going to stop killing each other. We're going to stop hurting each other. We're going to stop frauding and defrauding each other. We're going to drive safely so we have no more car accidents. We're going to proceed in an orderly fashion when we're entering and exiting places like stadiums, if we ever end up in stadiums again. This is a society that barely wants to stand 6 feet apart from each other because someone else asked them to. Do you understand? So you're basically saying then that if we're saying we no longer need the law in terms of the police, that we are going to police ourselves. Is that what we're saying collectively as a society? I don't believe you.
Now, this video was done during the coronavirus outbreak. Think about this. There are people who don't want to stay back from you because they could kill you. Or you could kill them. And they don't care. There are people who even don't care about corona as long as they feel like they're not going to get it. So they don't care. You're talking about people who don't even want to keep you from catching a cold. Because corona is like a cold. It's in the cold family. So they don't want you to not get sick. And you expect people like that to not be violent. And you think that we don't need people whose full-time job it is to handle the violent. Really?
I don't believe you. Think about it, you guys. The only thing that stops a lot of people, a lot of narcissists, period, is the belief that they might get caught and the belief that they might go to jail for the rest of their lives. That's the only thing that stops a lot of people from doing things. Do you understand that?
And she's right about that because it's not. I shouldn't say it's not the first narc, but it's the first person I knew up front that was a narcissist that attacked me. Knew about my martial arts background, and it didn't matter because that's just how narc the individual is. So the only thing that would stop somebody like that is cops, or me kicking them in the head, in the face, or me choking them out. Or what I did was just move around so that they couldn't hurt me, and then I just left. No, I just, just did a spiral pattern and walked a circle and just kept walking. That's the only thing that stops them. And that's not the only narc that's attacked me as an adult. Another one did. And I had to let the narc tire out, breathe heavy, and I'm like, all right, we still gonna do what I said, and you still not gonna have your way. And that was it. New. Seen me practice. New. Like I said, as big as I am, that ought to be enough. No, not for these type of people. That's why you need police.
Do you understand that we only have really a modicum of order? Because a lot of people weigh the option and they go, you know what? I really want to do that thing, but I don't want to end up in jail for the rest of my life. So they choose not to only because jail is an option.
Now I'm guilty of that. It's sometimes I've wanted to just, but it's not worth going to jail. It's not worth getting a felony so I can't make a living and, enjoy the life that I have now. So
It's an option. Jail is an option. So if we eliminate jail as an option, are we prepared as a society to deal with the narcissistic individuals of all races, shades, ethnicities, and colors? Are we prepared to deal with them when they have no final authority to
and genders,
answer to?
and genders, and genders.
When you won't listen to the teacher is asking you, no, let me back all the way up. When you won't listen to your parents and whatever it is that they're asking you to do, you won't listen to your teachers and whatever it is that they're asking you to do. You won't listen to the principal and whatever it is that they're asking you to do. Well, as of right now, we do have one final authority that you're going to listen to. And I'm not saying that they always do it right. As a matter of fact, they get it wrong a lot. They make a lot of mistakes in this career field of theirs. They do. And a lot of on purposes as well. We're not going to pretend like those don't exist also. But what I'm saying is, we can't act like we live in a society filled with angels, just a bunch of angelic beings. And I have to keep reiterating that right now I am talking about everybody, all races. We can't act like we live in an angelic, peaceful society full of sweet, docile, innocent people who never hurt anyone else and just get roughed up every now and then.
I have lived around and worked around or been in contact with or gone to school with or whatever. I've interacted with all races, cultures. That's one good thing about the DC area. You get to meet everybody. All orientations, all manner of people. They all are capable of assaulting you. Each and every one of them. I don't care how small they are or how tall they are. If they get it in them and they think they can get away with it, they will take a swing at you. And don't think, oh, it's because of something you did. No. 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 There are people that just do things because they can. It's called, you could say it's racism because as a black man, I occupy the lowest racial hierarchy status. So they could be doing it because of that. But regardless, it's not like only black men are assaulted. So that tells you right there that there are just some people who are going to be violent because they can.
For no reason. We cannot pretend like that's the case. Anarchy is the word, yes. Now, a lot of people like to talk conspiracy theories and things of that nature. If there ever was one, in my opinion, it would be this notion of get rid of the police. Yeah, because we can police ourselves and society will descend into complete chaos. Because for the first time, there'll be nobody to call to come help you other than friends and family and your neighbors.
And I already said I ain't doing that. I don't know you like that, I ain't coming over there. You my cousin, yeah. I might help my cousin. I might help my homie. Something like that. You my cousin? I help my cousin. You know what I mean by cousin? I mean with the extra okay? Yeah, I'll help you. Not these other, no. I don't know you like that. What I'm gonna risk getting stabbed for you? I don't do it now. Why would I do it then? I have to beat the barbarians away from my own doorstep. That's why we need police.
And do you trust the judgment and the documentation of your friends, family, and neighbors? Do you trust that they're always going to get it right? Do you trust that? Do you trust who and then the next question becomes, who holds the neighbor accountable for whatever decision they make in their private policing? Do you see what I mean? We have to slow down. You have to think. You have to calm down. We're basically saying then that we don't need them anymore because we got this. We're going to be good to each other finally, as a society. And I think we all know that that is simply just not true. So I guess it leaves the final questions of, then, if we remove the police, what are we going to do instead? What are we going to put in the place of that? Who will be the final person or entity that people who choose to act in a narcissistic way answer to? Who will instill the fear in people? Because people don't believe in God anymore. I do. But as a culture and as a society, God has been dismissed. So no one fears God. So if people don't fear God and there's no police, what do we have left, you guys? I'm serious. I'm asking a very serious question.
Well, my answer is you need to take some martial arts lessons so that you can protect yourself, so that you can practice self-defense. And it's not going to happen overnight. So if you want to defund the police, and you don't want to take lessons from me, you better find your way to taking lessons from somebody. And I'm not just talking about let's do some quick bang. If somebody comes after me, I snap their neck. Go through a traditional program that caters to, if you can't get all in one teacher, get two. One striking focus, one grappling focus. And I'm talking the unarmed part first. Get to Shodan in both of those first. This is a long-term solution. Get that down, then go study a weapon style. Okay? In the meantime, you might want to take some firearms lessons. You might want to take some boxing lessons too, so you learn how to bob and weave and get out the way. Basically, you need to take the path that I have taken. You pick one main style, then you pick a secondary style, get to Shodan, at least a couple of those, and then round out wherever your quote-unquote holes are with exposures to everything. You better start studying the martial arts as a whole and include gun training and self-defense, awareness and philosophy in that, as well as knowing the local laws, since you think it's okay to defund the police. Because the police, this is the thing. I've had to do all that just to stay safe now, and the police are funded. It's not necessarily because the police are bad. They're not all good. They're not all bad. Okay? They're human. But they're not God, and they cannot be every place at once. You have to protect yourself. If it can be like this with funding, I'm telling you, it's going to be Mad Max, Thunderdome, or worse without it. It's going to be Mad Max Fury Road is what it's going to be without it. And just because that doesn't happen right away doesn't mean it won't get there. Because people are going to test the waters to see what they get away with. Okay? So let's keep things civilized. Let's fund the police. If you want the police to learn how to use non-lethal force, how to handle things without shooting people using deadly techniques, get it to the point to where we can teach them. Oh, they're already martial artists training police. They're training police in police tactics. We need to train the police in everything. Everything. Not just, this is how you hold somebody down. This is how you stop. This is how you cuff them. Train them in everything so they don't have to jump to the worst thing all the time, and give them time to learn it and maintain it. And I guarantee you, you will see less violence. I already have one bit of anecdotal evidence where someone offered the police sport judo, and his people behaved better. I think the same thing can happen with Taekwondo, Cecil Ryu Taekwondo, all the other styles out there if we just have the opportunity to do it. So thanks for watching these videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people that talk about the martial arts. In peace, check out Permission to Exist channel because it's very good. And thank you for your time, as always.